One Zambia, one nation. A warm welcome to Zanis News, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm your presenter, Sarah Miti, and my sign language interpreter is John Chulu. Let's look at the stories making headlines. 50,000 farmers to get climate-smart agriculture empowerment. Government threatens to terminate Nsumbu Hospital construction contract. 1.5 million kwacha allocated for church road repairs in Chepata. Plus, Cinder cyclist wins Chova racing competition, takes home motorbike. Zanis News in detail. Over 50,000 farmers in 12 districts in Zambia are targeted for empowerment with climate-smart agriculture technologies under the $50 million United States Southern Africa Accelerated Delivery Initiative project. Conservation Farming Unit CFU Programs Coordinator Oliver Bulaya says the USAID-funded project being implemented by CFU and International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center organization is empowering group farmers with solar pump irrigation kits, boreholes, seed and trainings on cultivation of off-season crop.
It is said that conservation farming is one of the best approaches to remain food secure in the face of climate change that has negatively affected the normal food production in the country. Charles Nanga, a conservation farmer in Chibombo district, explains the benefits of conservation farming.
The crop rotations that I learned from the conservation farming practice really impacted on my field. You can see where we had the maize, there's a legume. So just by rotating the crops, you find that the nitrogen that the legumes leave benefit the maize. That's why you see the maize looking so healthy.
In this regard, the United States of America has invested over $50 million in a project called Southern Africa Accelerated Innovation Delivery Initiative under the Feeds the Future initiative, where over 50,000 farmers in 12 districts of Zambia are benefiting. Conservation Farming Unit and Integrated Maize and Wheat Improvement Center, CIMIT, are successfully implementing the project in central and southern provinces of Zambia, working in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture.
We are working as conservation farming with 428 farmer coordinators across these areas where we are working in, so as to promote issues of climate resilient farming methods, and also the issue of selection of seed varieties that are resilient to climate change.
Under the AID, with support from USAID, we are fighting hunger. Please reach out to our lead farmers and everyone within the conservation farming unit so that we preach the message and we have a bumper harvest this year.
Farmers from both Shibuyunji and Chibombo districts gathered in Situmbeko to learn more on conservation farming during the field day held under the theme Conservation Farming Works in Wet and Dry Season. Shibuyunji District Agriculture Coordinator Dr. Chishimba Mubanga, who graced the event, explains government's partnership with seed companies in this noble cause.
So we are collaborating with the Zambia Seed Company in promoting conservation agriculture among small-scale farmers. ZamSeed has already recruited lead farmers, and the lead farmers are in the process of recruiting the follower farmers, and these will be trained through various cycles of conservation agriculture.
The event attracted local companies of fertilizer, seed, and farming equipment that imparted various knowledge on the farmers. With climate-smart agriculture, farmers will be able to produce food crops throughout the year. Nigelo Mwemba reporting for Zanis in Chibombo District, Central Province.
Still in agriculture news, Minister of Agriculture Ruben Mtolo has implored small-scale farmers in Northern Province to adopt mechanized agriculture in order to increase their production. Taonga Nkoma reports that Mr. Mtolo said this when he virtually officiated at an agriculture conference organized by the Pentecostal Assemblies of God Church in Kasama.
The church is not only expected to prepare people for eternity, but also for life on earth. It is in this view that Mount Zion Pentecostal Assemblies of God in Kasama has initiated a project called Land, My Ancient Inheritance, which focuses on empowering Christians to enhance productivity in the agriculture sector.
Only we can make use of land we have profitably and in the right way, focused. We are going to attract industries, we are going to attract machines. We are talking about peanut butter, we are talking about milk, which we can get from soybeans and other things.
The project held a 2-day agriculture conference in Kasama, which was attended by small-scale farmers, members of the clergy, sponsors, and collaborating agencies. Minister of Agriculture, Ruben Mutolo, graced the event virtually.
So we have fish on one side, and we have the SAP on one side. All meant to improve our agricultural productivity, to make us move from producing 20 bags per hectare to producing 300 bags per hectare. That's what we want, to increase productivity and production. Let us plant this year. Let's not be afraid. The weather people are telling us that we are going to have average and above average rainfall.
And Pentecostal Assemblies of God Zambia presiding Bishop Joshua Banda, who was in attendance, emphasized the need for innovation in the agriculture sector.
This conference presents a unique opportunity to harness this untapped potential and to transform this region into a thriving, productive resource.
Participants also shared success stories and reflections on the conference.
I feel as Zambians we need to transform our mindset because there is just a good market, I can say excellent market for the farmers if we are to change our mindset and invest into issues of horticulture.
Taonga Nkoma for Zanis in Kasama.
Now, over 100,000 vulnerable households that have been rendered critically vulnerable following the drought are set to benefit from the emergency cash transfer in Central Province. Provincial Permanent Secretary Muna Mwanakampwe says this is out of the 146,000 that were enumerated across the 11 districts of the region. Shubakile Nkunika now reports.
After critically assessing the vulnerability of those enumerated to access the emergency cash transfer in Central Province, close to 200,000 households have been selected to benefit from the one-year program, which is expected to cushion socio-economic shocks resulting from the drought. The Department of Social Welfare has held a stakeholders engagement where Provincial Permanent Secretary Muna Mwanakampwe has spoken strong on pay point managers.
We need to make sure that there's no pilferage, because the intention of government, the intention of Mr. President is very clear. I wish to report that 146,000 households were enumerated. Out of the total number of 146,000 which was enumerated, a total number of 100,844 people were actually selected to be the most vulnerable to benefit from the drought emergency cash transfer.
Provincial Social Welfare Officer Yvonne Chingambu says the disbursement of the funds has already started.
We have the regular social cash transfer, which these are already assessed to say they are vulnerable and we pay them bi-monthly. And we have the emergency cash transfer, which will just run for 12 months period. So we'll start July to July next year, July.
Senior Social Welfare Officer Musa Piri says those on the social cash transfer scheme will be getting an additional 200 kwacha.
There will be a top-up of a 200 kwacha for the drought emergency cash transfer. So those who are not on social cash transfer will receive straight away a 400 kwacha per month.
Hlupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Kabwe.
And in Siavonga district, over 2,500 vulnerable people are set to benefit from the Emergency Drought Cash Response Program. Siavonga District Commissioner Geoffrey Jacopo says governments will continue to support its citizens with various initiatives such as the Emergency Drought Cash Response Program to cushion the hunger situation induced by drought. Mukwengu Shepande now reports.
Siavonga District Administration has enhanced sensitization on the Zambia Rapid Drought Emergency Cash Response Initiative. The program is a response to drought the country has experienced and is meant to empower drought-affected households, vulnerable groups such as women, children, the elderly, and people living with disabilities.
Yes, as a department, we are happy with the sensitization meetings. People turned up in numbers and they've been sensitized and they are aware why they are getting the double amounts. Those that get 400 are getting 800 and those that get 800 are getting 1,200. So each household has an increment of 400 kwacha.
Over 2,500 beneficiaries are expected to benefit from the drought emergency response cash transfer in the district.
The people that are receiving this money are those that are beneficiaries of the social cash transfer program. So those that were enumerated and passed the PMT test are yet to receive the money.
Siafonga District Commissioner Geoffrey Jacopo reiterated government's commitment towards addressing hunger.
Bona boguina muna Zambia yakuhwanzala aya mali muna wahola for 12 months paga igawe tugatebule buti nate twatebula ali mujaba chone chito ya kubika nomubika government kubika otu ya musololi ayandaule ahibe mbwati sanine bana bagwe buli muhali bwezere kuyandaula bwati sanine bana bagwe.
The beneficiaries are grateful to government for the response. The drought emergency cash response is an ongoing exercise targeting all 12 wards in the district. Mkwengu Shepande reporting in Siavonga District, Southern Province.
Thank you, Mkwengu. Now, Chikankata Member of Parliament Jacqueline Sabao has assured the people of Chikankata that no one will die of hunger following the dry spell which affected the district during the 2023-2024 farming season. We have more in this report.
Chikankata Constituency Member of Parliament Jacqueline Sabao was yesterday yet again in Chikankata Constituency to check on various projects done using Constituency Development Fund. This time, she and her entourage was in Chikombola Ward, where she continued explaining government policies and programs to her electorates. Ms. Sabao further explained other vital programs government has brought for the people of Chikankata and the whole nation at large.
And Chikankata, Iriaba ma district Mujisi, Atagahula, Mulinzala, Chikankata, to the Turihi. So by ever we had Demaloni, Tatuga Badari, one dog, not your Badalahi, Quagari, Matosa Gurima, Notijaga Mena, one dog Simenda, Tanaga Chani, Tanaga Bola.
Residents and village headmen thanked government for the programs it has extended to the people of Chikankata district of Southern Province.
So murumba into abuli ba MP twakoma na maningo gamba manza twaiwezi mankongole window ba nokukomana ko kwamati mankongole achita kuti alewa twakoma na 100% ali muimbuli kuti wole abantu balumba ba MP batupande betu kuna kuba tuma 10 kg kuleka ma 50 bantu atakoma ya majikwa 25 a 50 a 10 kg yejina kutukuma kubana umuntu otakoma window tuwole 50 kg so they will Otaga 66 wagula ngate. So by MP basutu balumba nyine ntwabwe ni MP kwa belegede ali bo Chikankata constituency. Abaga intuba tuba ali kibazi boya. Ali bala bola kutumula baba bola mu toba pe mbulira nzali. So tokomana kuti atuje tutiyiti.
Balumbe totambula amanzi obiro. Abalumba bahaga inde. Kabalumba chibagayita maningi kabalumba batogondwa mukutuko bantu ndigombora kuno bagondwa bagondwa bya maningi alalu ya roba president beso no bagondwa yabuti nira bagondwa ya ajindi jibola
Members of Parliament should emulate Kankata Constituency Member of Parliament Jacqueline Sabao by visiting their constituencies frequently to check on various projects being done using CDF and indeed explaining government policies to the people. Zanis reports in Kankata district of Southern Province.
The government has threatened to terminate the contract for the construction of Zumbu Hospital in Sama District, Northern Province. This follows failure by Sachitari Construction Company to complete works and hand over the project by July 8, 2024, which was given as the extended deadline. Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Beauty Piri, who visited the site to check on the progress, expressed disappointment that the contractor has repeatedly failed to complete the works after several extended periods. Patrick Kawe gives us more in this report.
It is a project whose works started in 2017 and was earmarked for completion in 2018, but the project stalled after the contractor abandoned the works. Another contractor, Shachitari Construction Company, was engaged, but works which were expected to be completed in March 2023 are still taking longer to complete. This has not gone well with Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Beauty Piri, who has visited the construction site.
This hospital is supposed to be servicing Nsama, the whole lot of Nsama, the Mpulungu. It's supposed to be serving, and you know the population that is in Nsumbu alone. Looking at the way things are here. Sir, if you have failed to do the works, tell us. The remaining works that are supposed to be done, we can give it to another contractor, because we can't keep on dancing to your tune. We will not listen to you any longer. We'll look at the contract, and if there's a possible way of bringing another person to quickly finish this contract, let's bring another person, because people have been expectant of this project.
But Shachitari Construction Company site engineer Joshua Mumba argued that his company has made progress on the project despite facing some challenges.
We're having challenges with the cash flow. We had raised an IPC for 4.2 million and we only paid about 1.5 million, which is also, on us, we are being handicapped.
Implementation is very slow. It's very difficult for them even to execute works that can warrant payment. That's where the problem has been.
The District Health Office is hopeful that works will be completed soon so that the hospital can be commissioned.
We are compelled to be referring cases either to Kaputa or Porokoso just to access X-ray services. But if this one here was operational, then all those referrals would have come to a halt.
For Zanis News in Nsumbu area of Nsama District, I am Patrick Kabwe.
We take our first break. Stay tuned.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH.
We continue with the news. Government has released 1.5 million kwacha for repair works on the 700-meter stretch Church Road in Chipata District. Chipata Central Member of Parliament Ruben Mtolo has revealed the development to Zanis. We have more in this report.
Government has released 1.5 million kwacha in order for the Road Development Agency to do repair works on the 700-meter stretch of the Church Road in Chipata District, which is in a very bad state. Chipata Central Member of Parliament Ruben Mtolopiri was on site to appreciate the works.
We are very, very proud with our local engineer that we can start with this road, which is right in the heart of town, that we clean it up. We pave it. We are hopeful that with what we have started doing like this, the business community in Chipata can come forward, that together the business community, government, and the CDF using the local resource, that we can see how we can improve our roads. So here we are again.
Road Development Agency Provincial Engineer for Eastern Province, Ivonanji Sikombe, gave details on the roadworks to be carried out by the agency.
We did the assessment for this one, valued at 1.5, and I'm happy to report that we were given all the money that we requested. Major works will finish within 1 month. Major works. What I mean by saying major works, of course, we'll continue doing these other works, like, installation of capestones, providing of walkways for the pedestrians. But major works, like earthworks, what we are doing now, stabilization of the subbase and installation of pavers. Within 1 month, we should substantially complete. So this interruption will not go for a very long time.
And the motorists are happy with this development.
My appeal to the government is that at least they should work on the road so that at least we can have a proper road leading to the hospital and for us to have easy access to medical services.
This road is very busy. Even the ambulance, if they want to use the ambulance, they can be using the same road. Yeah, because there is a lot of congestion. Yeah, so I think it can be better for the government to work on this road.
Later, the Chipata Central lawmaker inspected Findeko Road, which is also not in good condition. Sylvester Chimba for Zanis in Chipata District.
Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Charles Milupi, says government is concerned over the safety standards at river crossing points in Kasempa District. Mr. Milupi said this when he called on Senior Chief Kasempa at his palace today. He assured the traditional leader that government is looking for a long-term solution to improve the safety of motorists at crossing points in the district. Meanwhile, Senior Chief Kasempa says improvement of safety standards at river crossing points will ease movements between northwestern and central provinces via Mumbwa Road. The government has closed the illegal circumcision camp, popularly known as Mukanda, in Livingston, for allegedly confining children into the initiation camp without the consent of their parents. A combined team of government agencies led by Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mainga Kabika has since retrieved 15 children from the camp who have since been handed over to their parents. Let's look at the details.
With over 70 different tribes in Zambia, for sure there is wide cultural diversity in Zambia. However, the Luvales perform Mukanda, a symbolic and transformative journey as the boys travel from childhood to adulthood. But the Livingstone Mukanda, formed by this man, Kenneth Makai, behind this Mwandi Cemetery, has not followed the guidelines. During a meeting with Gender Permanent Secretary Mainga Kabika, the police, among other government agencies, parents expressed displeasure on how their children were lured into the illegal camp.
Mama tilipilisa matupini or bamemba enda chabe uti ni muchosele pakati kati. Tuzapeza uti it's more than a 1 pin.
After manje aenda tinankala imbekezireni 21 yakwana paka 22 bochoka kumkanda njewe nzana bwa pita mbambiri kuja kwa committee kadi ya kusomuzi. Nje mwana wanu msamsakire mwana wanu ali kumukanda.
Chinyama Njimba is Likumbiliamizi Vice Chairman.
The position of the three chiefs, that is Chief Kucheka, Chinyama and Karunga, because this is the disappointment to them. It's like us, their subjects, we are not practicing this tradition in the way it's supposed to.
Ms. Kabika said Zambia needs to preserve its culture and heritage, but that it should be done in a systematic manner.
We don't want to injure anyone in terms of tribe. We don't want to go overboard because we don't want to be told that no, it's against the tribal guidelines.
Pethias Mutale for Zanis News in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Now, Nkeyama District Commissioner Elias Mukubesa is pleased that the construction of a rural health center in Litoya Ward using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, will help alleviate the long distances that people move to access health services. Here are the details.
This is Kaposhi Rural Health Center in Litoya Ward, which is one of the newly constructed health facilities in Nkema District using the Constituency Development Fund pending commissioning. Nkema District Commissioner Ellis Mukubesa visited the site to appreciate the impact of the Constituency Development Fund in the rural communities.
I came to Kaposhi Central and Litoya Ward to inspect the infrastructure which has been constructed under CDF. And this is one of the new buildings for our staff under the Ministry of Health. At the same time, we have got another structure that side, which is the hospital, which has been constructed under the directives of His Excellency the President. Now we appreciate the services which are being done through CDF under the new Dawn government.
Mr. Mukubesa further highlighted the importance of the facility to the community members around the area.
These facilities which has been built here, it will help the community because the distance from here to TBZ is about 12 kilometers. So when we have established a clinic, a hospital, a house, water, all these will be of a great help to the community because the community used to suffer. To travel from here to TBZ, which is about 12 kilometers, is a long way.
The community members have expressed joy for this development that has been brought to their doorsteps.
We are very thankful for this development we are witnessing in our area. We used to travel all the way from Kaposhi to Nkema Hospital, which is very far, such that expectant mothers would deliver along the way and even from their homes.
They are further appealing to the local authority to hasten the commissioning process in order to reduce on the distance that is covered by people seeking healthcare services.
We are appealing to the local authority to quickly commission this clinic because people are still traveling long distance. We can no longer be traveling just to access paracetamol while we have this facility here.
The clinic constructed comes with an ablution block, an incinerator, a solar-powered water reticulation system, and a staff house awaiting commissioning. Enoch Kaneta, Zanis News, Nkema District, Western Province.
Save the Children has expressed happiness with the progress made in the implementation of the Sexual and Reproductive Health Rights HIV Knows No Borders project in Chipata District. Join us for the details.
Save the Children is happy with the progress made in the implementation of the Sexual Reproductive Health Rights HIV Knows No Borders project. The program aims to improve the sexual reproductive health rights and HIV/AIDS outcomes, as well as quality of life for young vulnerable populations aged between 10 and 29 years of age. Save the Children Eastern Province Sponsorship Program Manager Richard Kaliata visited Katandala Clinic to appreciate the implementation of the project by the implementing partners.
The peer educators are on course in terms of orienting the community on issues of HIV and AIDS, on issues of teen pregnancy, child marriages, and other issues that are concerning the young people in the Katandala community. The peer educators gave us the reports of what the work that they are doing in Katandala, and these statistics are showing that there's a decrease in terms of all these areas. They even gave us examples of what is happening in their communities, that young people have access to family planning services such as condoms. So this is a good thing because young people have got access to these products like family planning pills, condoms, and other services.
The traditional leadership has commended Save the Children for this initiative.
Tibapemba kuti bapitirize maphunziro bawo, bapitirize kuphunzisa kuti vana vamene sivanalandireko maphunziro ava valandire maphunziro kuti vakankhale vana ochita bwino, chifukwa pali nkhani ya matenda akatengera pafanika zonse izi mayuthi baphunzisidwe chifukwa matenda akatengera ni matenda oyipa kwambiri. So kupyolera mu mabungo yava ba Save the Children bathandizira kuphunzisa za kupewa kwa matenda akatengera.
And the implementing partner, Chisomo Community Program, outlined how the project is moving.
And we are happy we are seeing that collaboration, that networking and supporting each other so that our people in the communities are able to receive the services that they are supposed to receive. This project is looking at service provision in terms of information, dissemination, access to services, and also to create an enabling environment. And that's why today we have even the traditional leaders present. It's because we want to create the environment safe for the people to access the services.
The change agents on the ground are spearheading the implementation of the project in the district.
Challenges ma community ni ambili njira zakaena tinapunzira kudala like menstrual hygiene timangala tipita ma community mwatu kunzisa bana kapeni pa school design kwa kunzisa how to make a reusable pad, but how can we teach someone who else don't have resources? So yangara munga itivuta my resources, yes you can teach Sarah saying reusable pad kufunga kanyula sinikabuka form kati or one, but we don't have those forms there. We don't have any materials here. So yes, information is out there, but resources are not there.
Sylvester Chimba for Zanis in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
In education news, Action Aid Zambia has constructed and handed over 2 boarding houses and a 1x2 classroom block at Sianda, Moya, and Litoya schools in Nalolo District. This is at a cost of over 1 million kwacha. We have details in the following report.
A new era has commenced for girls' education at Sianda Combined School in Nalolo District as they bid farewell to their former inadequate boarding facility and welcomed a newly constructed 65-bed capacity girls' hostel, courtesy of Action Aid Zambia. Action Aid Zambia Country Director Fides Tembatemba officially handed over the facility.
Let me mention that the buildings we are handing over today are meant to support the children's access to quality education. We know that this role is for the government, but it is the responsibility of all of us to ensure that every child access not only education but quality education. As observed previously, there was no aspiration for children in Nalolo community to progress with their education because of the long distance. The distances were long and tiring for the little learners. This affected not only their mental stress, but compromised their ability to pay attention in class. With this contribution, we hope the cases of absenteeism from class will reduce. We also hope to see an improved pass rate amongst the girls so that they can compete equitably with others.
Speaking when receiving the hostel, Nalolo District Commissioner Namatama Mopo commended the organization for its continued support.
Through you, Madam Country Director, as a representative of the people in Nalolo, we are saying thank you very much. Fellow community members, these donations of classroom block and boarding houses have come at an appropriate time because you are aware that the free education policy introduced by the UPND New Dawn government has also come with other demands such as educational infrastructure being inadequate.
The gesture has been appreciated by learners and the area chief.
Before this building was built, we used to have challenges with the long distances from home to school. And we used to have challenges of so many girls being pregnant. But now that we have this building, we promise to work extra hard.
I want to extend my extreme gratitude.
Action Aid Zambia also handed over a 1x2 classroom block at Ritoya Primary School and a boarding facility at Moyo Secondary School. Sifwe Mwangala, Zanis, in Nalolo District, Western Province.
Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata is elated with the current works on the Luansha-Masangano Road on the Copperbelt Province. Mr. Kapata, who visited the road in Fisenge area, stated that government is in a hurry to decongest the Ndola-Kapiri-Poshi Road. Here are the details.
Government working together with public-private partnership has done 20% of the 45-kilometer stretch of Luansha-Masangano Road in Visenge area. Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata, who site visited the project, highlights the values of the bypass road.
We have a stretch from Luansha, of course from the Ndola turnoff to Luansha, which is a 31-kilometer stretch. We also have the 12-kilometer stretch to Masangani. So we are talking about Masangani, Visenge and Luansha. So what are we seeing? We are seeing job creation. The youths have been employed, of course, on this particular stretch that we've been talking about. And the key issue here is the issue of the roads being damaged because of being overused in Ndola. And here is an alternative, because people that are coming from Lusaka or elsewhere the other side don't have to pass through Ndola to go to the copper belt. They will have to use this particular road to avoid the congestion, which in most cases has destroyed the roads in Ndola Central as a result of heavy traffic passing through. So here is an alternative. The business fraternity, like I said, will find it much more flexible. You realize that Masaiti has a lot of farming blocks around. People want to sell their produce. The movement will be much more flexible and easier because here is an alternative to pass through, avoiding Ndola to go to Chirabombwe, Chingola, Mufrila, including DRC.
And we are on the Luansha stretch. The works commenced just over a month ago, and doing excavations. We are doing box culverts, and we are working on bridges, and also stabilizing the ground. The works are going on very well. We are actually broadening the road. It will be broader than it was before, and also we are raising it so that we don't have water stagnating on the road. It will be brought to bituminous standard. So we're actually reconstructing. As you can see, we've excavated the old tarmac on this stretch. The Masangano stretch is also done, and we've started stabilizing using stones.
A motorist has commended government for enhancing accessibility.
Happy that this road is finally being worked on. People will be so happy, so free to ride on this road, because what we saw in the past, cars used to have a lot of breakdowns because of the poor state of the road. But since the road is being worked on now, we are so happy as residents that it will actually uplift the face of our town. And also in terms of economic development, we know there's a mine in Luansha, and we hope to see more things that will be done to our town. So thank you to the government once more, and let them keep up the good work.
AVIC employees are happy to have been employed to work on the road.
So kulingana na benefit ndeko atamo ili bwino sana because abadesekera mu bengi ninkwatama families kunga ndo one sponsor ukupitira muri iyi NPRF mukuri baviki, so ndi wansansa sana.
The road project is expected to be completed before the end of this year. Jacqueline Moba, Zanis, in Ndola.
Copperbelt Province Permanent Secretary Augustine Kasongo has urged cooperatives to provide solutions to various economic challenges through wealth and job creation. Mr. Kasongo said this during the commemoration of the International Day of Cooperatives, held under the theme Cooperatives Build a Better Future for All. Here's a report.
Cooperatives on the Copperbelt Province have held their third edition from the commemoration of the International Cooperatives Day, which was held in Masaiti District. During the commemoration, the Copperbelt Province Permanent Secretary, Augustine Kasongo, urged cooperatives to direct their efforts towards achieving sustainable development by providing opportunities for better economic and social development in the country.
To urge all cooperatives to continue working together
and offer solutions to the many economic challenges communities are facing through wealth creation, job creation, and corporate social responsibility. The government stands ready to work with all cooperatives who have the development of this country at heart. And this is evident in the conducive environment it has created for cooperatives and individuals to participate in their activities freely. Ladies and gentlemen, may I also implore you to work within the cooperative development policy which has been launched by the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development in order to achieve sustainable cultural, social, and economic development.
Copper Belt Cooperative Zonal Organizing Committee Chairperson Ruben Chinamasa appealed to government to address some of the challenges faced by cooperatives in the province.
The drought that we experienced really hit our farmers hard, and most of them were not able to get a little for even their own livelihood. All of us have found ourselves in need of food, and therefore look up to you as government to continue finding ways of helping out in terms of both household food and security, and increasing potential for business amongst our members in the agricultural sector. We feel that if government provided irrigation equipment for our farmers to produce off-season food in the country, this problem could be mitigated against.
Meanwhile, the Copper Belt Provincial Agriculture Coordinating Officer urged farmers to consider planting varieties of seed for better yields if they are to realize more harvest.
Following the drought that we experienced as a country, we are encouraging the farmers, the farmers, to observe conservation agriculture and plant early. We do not know how this year will be. We are also encouraging that you plant drought-resistant varieties.
Kwachichanda, Zanis, Masaiti District.
The Nkoya Royal Establishment says government and the traditional leadership need to work together in spearheading development in the country. Speaking during the Kazanga traditional ceremony of the Nkoya people in Kaoma, Nkoya Royal Establishment representative Crispin Shimuna said the Royal Establishment will continue to work with the government. Meanwhile, Western Province Minister Capello Mbangeta says government has prioritized agriculture and called on traditional leaders in the province to take advantage and provide land resource.
Kazanga is an annual ceremony where people bring their harvested crops as thanksgiving to their gods. The ceremony is celebrated by the Nkoya-speaking people predominantly found in Kaoma, Nkema, Luampa, Mumbwa in Central Province, and Kazungula in Southern Province. This ceremony has not been stopped by the poor harvest experienced last year. Crispin Shumina is the representative of the Nkoya Royal Establishment.
We believe and understand that government and chiefs serve the same people and are duty-bound to be partners in development, social justice, and the peace of all citizens and residents of Zambia. The Nkoya chieftains has been there always and shall continue to exist with a firm stance of working with the government and Zambians of goodwill to ensure that the spirit of formation of the Republic of Zambia as a unitary state lives forever.
Government says traditional ceremonies have a socio-economic impact on the economy.
Your government recognizing the role that traditional ceremonies play in promoting our culture and heritage as a people, and also inculcating the moral values and ethics in the young people. Traditional ceremonies of this nature have a positive socio-economic impact on the communities in which they are held.
Mr. Mbangweta has urged the local leadership to create an agriculture-conducive environment.
The government, through the able leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, has prioritized agriculture as one of the leading sectors for economic development and rural transformation by opening up more land for the settlement and establishment of farm blocks in all the 10 provinces. So we will wish to encourage our traditional leaders in Western Province also to support the government in this regard so that our province does not remain behind.
Dan Namenda is Kadanga Traditional Ceremony National Chairperson.
The Kadanga ceremony has been celebrated by our ancestors from time immemorial. It is a generational obligation to celebrate and thank God. Despite the challenging seasons, as we all know, the ceremony is being celebrated under the theme of preservation of the Nkoya cultural heritage.
Enoch Kaneta, reporting for Zanis in Kauma District, Western Province.
We end the news on a sporting note from Eastern Province, where a cyclist from Sinda District, James Sakala, has walked away with a motorbike after emerging winner of the 2024 Chova cycling competition held in Chepata. Sakala won the 52.2-kilometer race, beating 76 other competitors in this year's competition. Let's take a look at this report.
James Sakala, a cyclist from Sinda District, has walked away with a motorbike after emerging winner of the 2024 Chova cycling competition held annually in Chipata. Sakala won the 52.2 kilometers race, beating 76 other competitors that took part in this year's competition.
So yachino chaka 2024 nachoka number 1 namva bwino ngako so nchida kwangale janzanga zitrena namva bwino.
Chipata Central Member of Parliament Ruben Mtolopiri was guest of honor.
I am greatly honored to be part of the 2024 Chova competition held under the theme Zambia at 60, Chova for Zambia, which celebrates our nation's 6th anniversary of peace and unity. I am grateful to all of you who have come to support this year's Chova event. The Chova cycling competition has grown significantly since its inception in 2002. This competition has successfully promoted human development and economic sustainability in our communities, keeping them engaged, healthy, and entertained. It is delightful to see the sport spread to other districts in Eastern Province, including Nyimba, Petauke, Chama, Chipangali, and as we have seen, even Lusaka. The New Dawn government under the able leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Dr. Hakainde Hichilema, values sports as a tool for health.
The Zambia Revenue Authority is the main sponsor for this year's cycling competition.
The Zambia Revenue Authority has sponsored and decided to sponsor the 2024 Chova competition guest of honor because we take it upon ourselves that in order to collect revenue, we need the people from whom we collect. Equally, as Zambia Revenue Authority, in the developmental agenda of the government of the Republic of Zambia under the United Party for National Development, the Zambia Revenue Authority equally is a partner in development. We work together, we ensure that we understand what the people need in the same manner that the government of the Republic of Zambia understands the needs of its people.
And Esther Piri was awarded a bicycle and a mattress after winning the 40 kilometers women's race category. Sylvester Shimba for Zanis in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
As we end the news, here's a reminder of the top stories. 50,000 farmers to get climate-smart agriculture empowerment. Government threatens to terminate Nsumbu Hospital construction contract. 1.5 million kwacha allocated for church road repairs in Chepata. Plus, Sinda cyclist wins Chova racing competition, takes home motorbike. And that is all we had for you on this edition of Zanis News. Thank you so much for joining us. And on behalf of the entire production team and my sign language interpreter, John Chulu, it is goodbye and God bless.